Formula One is renowned for heated rivalries, as the best drivers risk their lives in the pursuit of winning the coveted World Championship title. The rivalry and at times outright hostility between Alain Prost and Ayrton Senna is widely seen as one of the most intense and dramatic feuds in Formula One history. It was a case of the Professor versus the Brazilian sensation. The two legendary drivers, with 7 World Championship titles between them, fought fiercely on and off the track from the mid-1980s to the early 1990s. This video will detail their rivalry, from its origins, its most controversial moments, and how it ended in mutual respect before Senna's tragic passing in 1994. Make sure to subscribe to the channel to see more exciting Formula One videos like this. Alain Prost, born in 1955 in France, was known for his smooth driving style, strategic thinking, and calculating racecraft, earning him the nickname The Professor. He made his Formula One debut in 1980 with McLaren, but his real breakthrough came when he joined Renault in 1981, where he became a title contender, finishing second in the 1983 championship. He moved back to McLaren in 1984, where after finishing runner-up again in the 1984 championship, he secured his first world championship in 1985. He won again in 1986 and 1989, before his final title in 1993, cementing himself as one of the best drivers of his era. Ayrton Senna, born in 1960 in Brazil, was known for his raw speed, aggressive driving, and fearless approach to racing. His ability in wet conditions, particularly in the famous 1984 Monaco Grand Prix, made him an instant star. Senna started his F1 career with Toleman in 1984, before moving to Lotus, where he won several races but never got hold of a championship-winning car. In 1988, he joined McLaren alongside Prost, setting the stage for an intense rivalry. He finally won his first championship in 1988, which was followed by 2 more in 1990 and 1991. The contrast between Prost's calculated approach and Senna's raw aggression made their rivalry unique and explosive. In 1988, McLaren signed Senna to partner Prost, forming one of the most formidable driver pairings in F1 history. The McLaren MP4/4 was the most dominant car ever seen in Formula One, winning 15 out of 16 races that season, and Senna and Prost were clearly the 2 best drivers on the grid, but their relationship quickly became strained. Senna's aggressive driving style and on-track audacity irritated Prost, who felt the Brazilian did not respect either him or established racing etiquette. The championship came down to a fierce battle between them, with Senna winning the 1988 title, despite Prost scoring more points in total that season, due to a rule that only counted a driver's best 11 results. This stoked the rivalry further, and the tension continued to grow with Senna, now established as McLaren's new star. By 1989, the rivalry had turned into outright hostility. Prost believed that McLaren favored Senna, while Senna was convinced that Prost was playing political games within the team and with FIA officials. The championship battle reached its climax at the Japanese Grand Prix in Suzuka. Prost was leading the championship, meaning Senna had to win the race to keep his title hopes alive, in what is now known as the infamous Suzuka crash. With a few laps to go, Senna attempted a daring move at the chicane, trying to pass Prost. Prost, anticipating the move, turned in early, causing both cars to collide and slide into the escape road. Prost immediately got out of the car, believing he had won the title. Senna managed to restart his car with the help of marshals, rejoined the race, and won. However, FIA President Jean-Marie Balestre, a known Prost supporter, disqualified Senna for rejoining the track illegally, handing Prost the 1989 World Championship. Senna was furious, claiming the decision was manipulated to help Prost. McLaren, who both drivers raced for, even appealed against the disqualification. This was seen as McLaren, and in particular team boss Ron Dennis, as objecting to his own driver winning the world title. This moment marked the peak of their animosity and hastened Prost's exit from the McLaren team. With Prost leaving McLaren at the end of 1989 and joining Ferrari, Senna stayed and became the undisputed leader at McLaren. However, their rivalry did not cool down. Once again, the title came down to the Japanese Grand Prix in Suzuka. This time, Senna was leading the championship, and if Prost did not finish, Senna would be champion. And in 1990, it was déjà vu at Suzuka. With the title once again coming down to the racing in Japan, Prost made a strong start and led into the first corner. Senna, knowing he had to prevent Prost from finishing, deliberately did not lift off and crashed into Prost's Ferrari at high speed. Both cars spun out and were instantly eliminated, handing Senna the 1990 World Championship. Unlike 1989, there was no controversial disqualification. All that was clear was the statement from Senna that he would not back down. Senna dominated the 1991 season, winning his third world title, while Prost struggled with an underperforming Ferrari. Their direct on-track battles decreased, but the tension remained. At the end of 1991, Prost was fired by Ferrari after publicly criticizing the team's car. This left him without a seat for 1992, while Senna continued racing for McLaren. Prost returned in 1993 with Williams, a team that had the dominant Williams FW15C with advanced technology. He won the 1993 World Championship, his fourth and final title. However, Senna, despite being in an inferior McLaren, challenged Prost throughout the season. Their final battle came at Adelaide 1993, where Senna won the race and shared an emotional podium with Prost in his last race before retirement. In a stunning moment, Senna pulled Prost onto the podium, signaling that their rivalry had finally turned into mutual respect. Senna moved to Williams in 1994, but his season ended tragically when he died in a crash at Imola during the San Marino Grand Prix. Prost was deeply affected by Senna's death. He later revealed that despite their rivalry, Senna had wanted Prost to help him develop Williams' car, and he even told Prost in a private conversation, "We need you in F1." Prost was one of Senna's pallbearers at his funeral, a symbol of the deep respect that had developed between them. The Prost versus Senna rivalry remains the most famous and intense in Formula One history. Their contrasting styles, Prost's intelligence versus Senna's aggression, created legendary battles, controversial moments, and unforgettable drama. While their relationship was once filled with hatred and mind games, it ultimately transformed into deep mutual respect. Their legacy continues to inspire new generations of racers and fans alike. No rivalry in F1 has ever matched the drama, intensity, and historical significance of Prost versus Senna, two of the greatest drivers to ever grace the sport. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel to see more exciting Formula One videos like this.